welcome to Pursebuzz.com. Today I'm going to do a product review and it's for the Temptu Airbrush system. A lot of you guys have been asking about airbrush systems and things like that. So I've been using this for a while and I wrote a list of my pros and cons here so I wouldn't forget, because as I was using it I would think of different things compared to like a regular airbrush system versus this one right here. And so I'm just going to talk about the Temptu one today. So here is the actual compressor. And this is where the airbrush gun would be, but we have this product right here, and you just stick it in there. Like, plug this in at all times when you're using it. There isn't like a battery pack or anything like that, so it has to be plugged in at all times. So if it's like in your bathroom or on your vanity, you do have to have it like close to an outlet. Overall, this right here, this whole little package is pretty small. Like if you're traveling, it's not too bad. I wish there was like a case or something that was nice to kind of like maybe carry it with you. There's only a couple of plugging things, like so if you got it and you're like, I don't know what to do, it's really easy. You just plug this AC adapter, you just plug this cord in where the air goes through, and you have this part right here. So this one right here comes from Sephora. I think Sephora is the only one that has this one. And then the makeup, the highlighter, and the blush. So it comes in a box like this. I think it's a really good gift. I think that ever since I've tried the airbrush makeup, I'm hooked on it. I was always really scared to try it. I always felt like that was just so over the top, you know. I think of airbrush makeup for like body art and just like nails and just like so many different things, and I'm like, I just really never felt that I needed it until I had the experience with airbrush makeup, and now I'm hooked, and I Twitter it all the time that I don't think I'll ever really go back to just standard foundation anymore, because I just like the look. It is really flawless. Like I love the fact that you spray it on your skin, you don't feel it. It doesn't settle into your fine lines. Like I've mentioned before, I don't wear under eye concealer because I don't like how it settles in into the lines right here. I just don't like how it feels and looks. So I just kind of skip it all together and just hope for the best. So I really like the airbrush style because it doesn't sit in your fine lines, especially if you have maturing skin and you're concerned with products sitting in your fine lines. I recommend the airbrush system. I recommend airbrush system for those who are, you know, on the go all the time and you're really busy and you're like, I don't want to wear any makeup. It's really easy. I mean, it would take about a minute just to like spray it. And another good thing about airbrush systems is that like this one, you don't have to touch your face. Like you put your moisturizer on. Because the big thing about foundation is I see a lot of people putting it on and you're like dragging your skin like all over the place, and that really contributes to wrinkles and premature aging, like just on your skin. So that's a good thing about like airbrush. It's just like a mist that goes onto your skin and it sits there and you're done. You don't have to worry about, you know, really touching your face, except for, you know, like your moisturizer. So with this Temptu system, you purchase the foundation and it comes in 2 pods like this, and they said it lasts about 2 to 3 months. I haven't tried it that long, so I can't say exactly how long. It also depends on how much you use, if you're like a sheer coverage or medium or full coverage too. And there's all these settings on here too that you can use, like less, start, and more. So you just kind of move it off right here. You just push this button right here. It turns it right on. It's really like a simple thing, and I love that. It's like, it looks intimidating, but it's not when you use it. And then you can purchase like the blush and like the highlighter too. They're all separate. And the thing that's like negative is that you can't use any other makeup except for the Temptu. The Temptu has been in the airbrush like industry or in the market for a very long time, and so they know what they're doing when it comes to like airbrush makeup, the actual makeup itself too. It's really nice, it's really smooth, it gives you like a nice flawless look, and it also has like a great base where it lasts for a very, very long time. Like if you go on to Sephora.com and you read the reviews, I think it's like 4 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5 stars. So a lot of people like this. It's like one of those things where once you get past that intimidation part, it's really easy. So there's lots of different pods. They look like this. So I'm going to open up the foundation one right now. I don't have any makeup on or anything. I highly recommend, if you do put on all of your products, you've got your moisturizer, your primers, to put on your concealer and then put on this product. Because once this is on, you don't want to go messing with any like coverage or anything like that. So here's the pot itself. So the bad part of this is that it's hard to take off this little shiny part right here, this lid, and it's kind of difficult to snap it on here. So if you have lotion on your hands, then you're going to have a little bit of trouble, like I do right now. but I just have real slippery fingers. So I'm just going to pull this off. So the good thing too about this is that you don't have to rinse and wash it like every time. Like with the traditional airbrush, you have to wash it to make sure that the needle isn't clogged and rinse it. With this, the needle is on this pod right. So every time you buy a new set, a new pod, it's like you're starting with a whole new product. Like you don't have to worry about needles in this or anything like that. Because there's like a lot of specific things you have to do with the traditional airbrush system where you don't have to worry about with this one. So what you do is, I've already done it, is that you just poke a hole right here. There's your little needle. You just have it sit right here. There's a button on the side. You hold it down and you snap it in. Just like that. The part that's hard again is just like taking it out. Kind of got to get used to it, which I haven't yet, but you kind of have to wiggle it out. See, I'm struggling. Oh, there we go. So once you get the hang of it, it shouldn't be too hard. And then you hold it down, and you go all the way back, and then you can kind of hold it and you could feel it. It's going to feel like a fine wet mist of like water. So it's not like scary. It's not like when you go to the optometrist and they like puff air into your eye or anything like that. So it's just like really nice mist. It's a little cold sometimes, and it's loud. So like if you're working like at 6 a.m. and your family's sleeping, this isn't the product to use in the morning. But I mean, I guess there's like showers and things like that too, you gotta remember. So all I have to do is like plug it in, and we can go. Here it is. It sits in like this, and you just change the dial here. You can go from less to like a light sheer coverage to more. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just do it on my hand. So you press this button right here. You can hear it. So you'll automatically feel the mist just coming out. It's like a puff of air. There's no product or anything like that. And you can just kind of get used to it. And then what you do is you hold this down. And you can see the mist. And you can smell it too. It's like a floral smell. So the color that I'm using is ivory. And you spray it. And you'll feel it. And you'll smell it. And it's just like a nice soft mist. You can see that on my hand right there. And you're going to go in circles depending on the product that's used. Sometimes you can just go whatever, it doesn't matter. But with this particular one, they want you to hold it down and just do little small circles. So I'm going to do like something on my face. I'm going to draw on my face so you guys can see the product. So let's see if we can draw like a big dab of something in the middle. And it starts to smell really good, like a floral scent. And you just do little circles. You can have your eye makeup on, it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect it. And you just kind of do little small circles. And go right over my nose. And it's really quick too. If you want to do another layer, you kind of want to let it dry in between. You can also use this as like a concealer too under the eye. So you just take it and just do small circles around the eye. Just like that. So this product right here is definitely something that I think you should try. Like if you go into Sephora, just have a sit and they can put the makeup. So now we have the foundation on. Let me put on the blush. Same thing, it comes in a box like this. There's all different colors. The one I have is soft peach. So I picked it offline, like I kind of was given a list and they're like, all right, pick your colors. And so I just kind of picked the color. The reason I picked ivory is that it was like the second to lightest and it was like a yellow base because I'm usually the second one yellow. So it works for me. Button, you take it, put it in there and it just kind of sits right in there, just like that. Blush, same thing. Hold it, there's nothing coming out, you pull the button and then you start doing little circles for your blush and you can feel like little chill. You don't want to get too carried away. you can do like without even looking, which is fun. You can just kind of feel for it. Little peach. Let me add a little bit more to my cheeks because I don't know if you guys can see with this light. So let me do a little bit extra dolly there. You can see the mist coming out. And it's buildable color, so you can just keep going. City that you want. Alright, so now that I have my blush, I put on my highlight color. The highlight color that I have here is, oops, champagne, so it's really, really faint. You guys tell by the color on the window. So that's why I like, because it's clean. Like I can just switch colors, switch pods, especially, you know, if you're a professional or like you're doing this part-time. This is easy too, because you just take it, snap it, and go. Like if you're a bride and you don't want to pay all this money to have someone else do it, you could just pick up one of these and keep it for yourself. You know, it's like something where you don't have to go out, have a makeup artist do your makeup, and then that's it. You actually get to keep the system. You could practice, you know, you can have it forever. The foundation itself is, I think, $55 for 2, and then just depending on how much you use it, goes from there, you know, like you can figure out. It's a really good investment to have like an airbrush system, especially if you're like intimidated and you don't want to get like the other kind and everything, because that system is a lot more too, because you got to buy different parts and pieces and things like that. But this one right here, you could just pick it up. Again, you could try it at Sephora. I recommend doing that. Just go in and just kind of trying this out. All right, I'm gonna do the highlight and then I'm gonna talk about the pros and cons and then I'm gonna wrap it up. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna hold it back and I'm gonna draw little small C's. I wore this during Thanksgiving and I really like it. It doesn't irritate my skin. It's really, really flawless, but it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. Do little circles. I'm trying to put like a little extra so that you can really see the color, but you can see how it's just so flawless. Let's see if you can see the mist. No, not too much, huh? They all have that same scent. It's like a powdery floral scent. It smells really. Alright, so I'm going to talk about the pros and cons real quick. Okay, so the good thing about this is that you don't need to clean it. You don't need to rinse it or anything like that. It's really easy to use. Like I said, you just push the button, you pull this back, and you just start doing little circles. You get like a flawless coverage. It really works really well. Like you can go really heavy, but it's still going to look thin. It's not going to look like caked on like regular foundation. It looks really nice because this is like professional products, like the HD makeup. You know, it has like the silicone based type of thing, so it looks really nice. It lasts for a long time. So, you know, if you have like a long day at work or you have like a long day like parties and holidays, your makeup's not going to change. And I really like how it doesn't sit like right here or anything like that. And it doesn't sit in these fine lines, and it looks really natural. You can't make a mess, you know, you're not mixing colors and things like that. It's just this guy right here, and when you're done, just close it up and you got this nice little pod. It's very sanitary, like you're not mixing and making things dirty, like you're not actually touching this product in here. This air just flows right through. You know, it's not like old crusty makeup that's like sitting inside of an airbrush. Good. Let's see, it's spill proof, so you can't make any messes. I know with like the other airbrush system, it like spills over. It's really fast, like I just showed you right now. I know this video is going to be really long, but just switching colors and things like that, like it's easy. The only, you know, one is like it's kind of hard to get the pod out. You have to ease to that. It doesn't move the skin, so I mentioned how like you don't have to do anything like this with your foundation and things like that. So that's something that I really like. It doesn't fade, your makeup doesn't fade. So once it dries, you can like touch it, which you shouldn't touch your makeup, but it's not going to go anywhere until you wash it. It gives you like a really dewy finish. It's really nice, like all fresh and awake. And then the cons is that you can't change the makeup. Like if you don't like the makeup, if you're in between colors, you can't take this pod out and then like put your color in or anything like that. It has to be just the Temptu pods. So that's the downfall. And you can't like mix colors. You can't use this for like your nails or like body paint. Maybe one day you can like get colors and things like that, but not right now. you have to always have it plugged into the wall. You can't just go take it, you know, anywhere you want. You'd have to always have it plugged in. I believe this is only at Sephora. I don't know if it's available anywhere else, but I mean, Sephora's anywhere. That's not like too big of a deal. It's a little difficult to change the pods. You have to push this button right here, and you kind of have to wiggle it out. So if you have lotion on your hands, you're gonna have some trouble. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. So always have the button pressed down when you're moving this. You snap it in, you snap it out. And the last thing is I mentioned it's not like super travel friendly, but it is, because this one piece right here is kind of out there to hold the cradle, I guess you could say, is just kind of out there. So you kind of want to have this in like its own separate case so it doesn't break, because this is plastic, and so that kind of sucks. But, you know, like I said, if you have like a nice little case for it, it's not too bad. And there you go. That's my little quick airbrush tutorial. I will probably do like a holiday look, send me some more colors too, like the darker ones, so that I can show like contouring and things like that. So check it out. I recommend going to Sephora and taking a look at it and like having them do your makeup. Go a walk around and really try it, because it is a big difference between regular foundation and airbrush makeup, and it's something like you have to experience to really like appreciate it. And I guess that's all I really can say about this one. I like it. I think that it's a good product for somebody who's interested in airbrush makeup, who doesn't have the time to work with like a big heavy duty one with a gun and the compressor and like all that stuff and mixing and matching and things like that. I think this is really simple. You know, you plug and you play and you just spray. And like I said too, like if you have this, maybe you're starting to do like bridal work or something, like maybe you're gonna be a makeup artist, you have one for yourself, you could just buy a couple of colors, you know, and there you go, you've got some brides done. Or if you're a bride yourself, here's a great product. I think it's a great holiday gift. I would just be like floored if somebody gave me something like this, because I think it's a great product to use every single day, you know, and you're always going to think of that person. Oh my gosh, so-and-so gave me this. It's so great. 2 cents on the Temptu product. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. And thanks again for joining me at Pursebuzz.com. Bye-bye.